The Invisible Worker. This is a story about a wealthy couple who ignore their housekeeper's humanity and must confront their own biases when she suddenly disappears, leaving them helpless. Narrative outline. Jack and Victoria, a wealthy and successful couple, live in a luxurious home where everything seems perfect on the surface. Their days are filled with work, social gatherings, and the usual trappings of an affluent lifestyle. But behind the scenes, it's their housekeeper, Maria, who quietly keeps their household running smoothly. Maria is reliable, efficient, and always there. Yet to Jack and Victoria, she is invisible, a mere fixture of their home rather than a person with her own life and struggles. Scene 1. The morning routine. In the early morning, Jack and Victoria are engrossed in their own lives. Jack reads the newspaper while Victoria scrolls through her phone, barely acknowledging Maria, who moves about the kitchen preparing breakfast and tidying up. Maria accidentally drops a glass, but the couple doesn't even flinch, illustrating just how little they notice her presence. Scene 2. Victoria's complaint. Later that morning, Victoria searches for a missing scarf, growing irritated and indirectly blaming Maria for its disappearance. Maria attempts to explain, but Victoria dismisses her without a second thought, reinforcing Maria's role as a background character in their lives. Scene 3. Social life distraction. In the evening, Jack and Victoria host a gathering, where Maria serves drinks and cleans up. Their guests praise Maria's efficiency, but no one sees her beyond her duties. Maria listens in silence, feeling more invisible than ever, her downcast eyes reflecting her unspoken frustrations. Scene 4. Maria's private struggles. After a long day, Maria returns to her modest apartment. Far removed from the opulence of Jack and Victoria's world, she cares for her sick mother, revealing the heavy burdens she carries. Financial stress looms as she checks her phone, revealing missed calls and unpaid bills, underscoring the stark contrast between her life and her employer's. Scene 5. The disappearance. One morning, Jack and Victoria wake up to a disordered house. There is no breakfast, and Maria is nowhere to be found. At first, they brush it off, but as the day unfolds, irritation mounts. Maria's absence disrupts their comfortable routine, and they begin to panic as they repeatedly call her, only to be met with silence. Scene 6. The unraveling. Over the next few days, Jack and Victoria's home descends into chaos. Without Maria's guiding hand, they struggle with the basics of housekeeping. Jack can't find clean clothes, and Victoria's attempts at cooking end in disaster. Their frustration grows, leading to heated arguments and a sense of helplessness they've never experienced. Scene 7. Failed replacement attempts. Determined to restore order, the couple interviews potential new housekeepers. However, none of the candidates meet their high expectations. Jack and Victoria find fault in everyone, slowly realizing that Maria's unique touch cannot be easily replaced. Scene 8. Confronting personal biases. Late one night, Jack and Victoria sit together in their cluttered kitchen, reflecting on their dependency on Maria. They admit that they know almost nothing about her, realizing that they have been blind to the person who has been at the heart of their home all along. Scene 9. Seeking Maria. Out of options, Jack and Victoria decide to visit Maria's neighborhood. As they navigate the unfamiliar streets, they feel out of place in an area so different from their own. They eventually speak with Maria's neighbors, who inform them that Maria has been dealing with her mother's illness and other personal challenges. The couple is hit with guilt as they realize how little they knew about Maria's life outside of work. Scene 10. A failed apology. The couple attempts to speak to Maria at her apartment, but she refuses to let them in. Hurt and distrustful, Maria's silence speaks volumes. Jack and Victoria try to apologize, but Maria's response is a stark reminder of their neglect. You never asked. Scene 11. The emotional breakdown. Back home, Victoria finally breaks down, overwhelmed by the mess in their house and the weight of their actions. Jack comforts her, acknowledging that they took Maria for granted and have failed as employers and as people. This emotional moment marks a turning point, strengthening their resolve to make things right. Scene 12. Attempting household chores. Determined to change, Jack and Victoria try to manage the household tasks themselves. They bumble through chores, spilling detergent, burning meals, and feeling completely out of their depth. For the first time, they truly understand the effort Maria put into maintaining their home. Scene 13. The search for empathy. Seeking advice, Jack and Victoria visit a community center, speaking with a counselor about how to make a genuine apology to Maria. They learn that their words need to be backed by action, and that acknowledging Maria's humanity is key to rebuilding trust. Scene 14. Learning about Maria's life. Jack and Victoria return to Maria's neighborhood, speaking to her friends and neighbors. They hear stories of Maria's kindness, resilience, and the sacrifices she's made for her family. These revelations deepen their admiration and guilt, pushing them to be more than just apologetic. They want to be better. Scene 15. The turning point. Back at home, the couple writes a heartfelt letter to Maria, expressing their gratitude, regret, and desire to rebuild their relationship. They deliver the letter, hoping Maria will find it in her heart to forgive them. Scene 16. Maria's perspective. Alone in her apartment, Maria reads the letter. Her expression is a mix of hurt, hope, and contemplation. She knows Jack and Victoria's words are sincere, but she is wary of trusting them again. Maria's inner struggle highlights the depth of her pain and her cautious optimism. Scene 17. A new beginning. Days later, Maria arrives at Jack and Victoria's door. They greet her warmly but with humility, ready to listen. The conversation is tentative but hopeful, as Maria lays out her expectations moving forward. She agrees to return, but only if the couple can treat her with the respect she deserves. Scene 18. Honest conversations. Sitting around the dining table, the three engage in an honest discussion about boundaries, respect, and the changes that need to happen. Jack and Victoria apologize sincerely, and Maria expresses her need to be seen as more than just a worker. The conversation marks the start of a new dynamic built on mutual respect. Scene 19. The new normal. Weeks later, the household is visibly transformed. Jack and Victoria are actively involved in daily chores, and Maria is no longer just a silent presence. She is engaged, appreciated, and treated like part of the family. The couple has learned to see her as a person, not just a service. Scene 20. Reflective ending. In the final scene, Jack and Victoria share a quiet evening with Maria over tea. They reflect on how much they've grown and how Maria's absence was the catalyst for their change. There is a newfound sense of camaraderie, warmth, and understanding. The camera pulls back, capturing the trio sharing a genuine moment, symbolizing the healing and respect that now defines their relationship. Themes and moral. Empathy and recognition. The story emphasizes the importance of seeing the people around us, especially those who often go unnoticed, and growth and accountability. Jack and Victoria's journey shows how acknowledging one's faults can lead to positive change and personal growth, and the value of invisible labor. The narrative sheds light on the often unseen work that sustains daily life, advocating for appreciation and respect for all.